Well, hello everybody. I wanted to get on here and show you how I save money on groceries. Now, let's see if I got the bill. Nope, that's not for this one. But anyway, this is a 5-pound roll of ground beef. 5 pounds now. And it was $16. This is 80% lean, 20% fat. One of the best ground beefs you can get. For $16. That means I got this beef for basically about $3.39 a pound for each pound of it. And I got 5 pounds. Most of the ground beef in the store, if you buy it by the 1 pound roll, it's almost $4 or $5. And that's for the cheap cut. For the more expensive cut, you're going to pay about $6 a pound. So if you want to know how to save money buying your ground beef, find it in places like Aldi for a 5-pound roll for I think it was $16.99. And I figured it up, it come to $3.39 a pound before taxes. Now you can't beat that. And what I do is I bring it home and I divide it up into small packages about the size I think that I'm going to be using it. And I store it. Now I've got some freezer paper right here. So what I'm going to do is make a couple of hamburger patties. I'm going to put the freezer paper in between it. In between each patty. So hopefully they don't stick together. And if I decide one day I want a hamburger, I can get a hamburger out. And I can cook one at a time if I want to. I don't have to take a whole pack out. And I probably need a little bit more of the paper. You can use wax paper, freezer paper. And I think with this one, I'm just going to cut it the long way. And I can fold it in half over my meat. And I think I left one of my pair of scissors outside when I was outside the other day. Because I can't find my scissors, my other pair. But anyway, this is a 5-pound roll, like I said. I'm going to try to divide it up into 5. 1, 2, 3. Well, 1. I like to try to get it in a pound roll. And I don't have a scale to weigh it, so... Well, it's a little more than that. See if I can do it here. Try to divide it up into 5 sections. Two, 3, 4, 5. There you go. That's close enough. And I'm just going to cut through. That gives me a pound in each section that I cut. Find my marks again. I might have to get one of these serrated knives to cut through the paper. Because there's times when I want to fix a big pot of chili beans that I want about a pound of ground beef to put in there. And what I make is what I call chili beans. That's what my kids loved growing up. There. Now, I've cleaned my counter, so don't think that my counter's dirty. I'm just going to take this out. Try to cut these patties at least in half. And when I fix my hamburger steaks, I like to fix about a half pounder. So that's what that's going to be right there. Instead of buying a steak, I cook my hamburger steak. And that's going to go right in my paper. Fold it over. Now, if I'm going to make a hamburger patty, I make them smaller. But this is my hamburger steaks. One that I like to take out and cook with like a baked potato or some vegetables or maybe a salad. But that right there will keep them from sticking together. Now this one, I'm simply going to divide up into 4. Cut it in half. Cut it in half again. And that's going to be my hamburgers. If I decide some night I want a hamburger on a bun. You can press it out big because they do draw up when they're cooked. And I use just a regular size bun. I don't use a great big bun. But that's a plenty big enough patty right there for a regular size bun. Now, make another one. That's basically going to give you a 1/4 pounder. Where my little steaks are 1/2 pound. And I'm just going to put this in between them, the slick side toward the meat. That way, if I want to open that little plastic freezer bag and just get one out, I can get one out at a time. I don't have to take the whole package out to get them separated. Now this works great if it's one person, because you can spend $16, buy you enough ground beef for over a month. I mean, slick side towards your meat. Now there's my stack of burgers. I got 4 quarter-pound burgers in there. I got 2 half-pounds of, and you know what? I think I'm going to make 4 of those. And I'm going to keep these 2. I'm going to keep 2 of them. So I'll have meat for either chili beans or maybe spaghetti and meatballs, lasagna, that type of thing. And if it came down to it, if I cooked all of these 2 pounds here, and really needed some more ground beef, I could reach in there and pull out one of my half-pound patties that I use for my hamburger steaks, and I could use that. But otherwise, I'd be taking it out to cook it for my hamburger steak. There's a little bit more in that one than there was this one, but that's okay. That is perfectly fine, and I gotta get more paper here. I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to mark right on the paper. Hamburger. Patties. On this, I'm going to write hamburger steak. My marker don't want to write. Well, I should have cut another one, I guess. Paper, that is. And that'll stick together when it's frozen. I think all of that will go in one bag. And this is a little bit long. I should have cut some of it off the other one, but I'm going to put one of these at both ends, I think. But there's 4 half-pound hamburger steaks that I'll have. There's 4 hamburger patties. And I've still got 2 pounds of ground beef over here that I'm going to leave in a pound each and put it in the bag. And then I'll take it out and cook it with my pinto beans when I make chili beans, or if I need it for, and I just leave the paper on it. That way it's easy to identify what you got in there. Little buddy, you're going to have to wait. I got my hands full right now. It's not like you're starving. But you get the air out of it the best you can. And I haven't tried my vacuum sealer yet. But you can get what air you can get out of that, which I did. And these are little freezer bags. Even the Dollar Tree has freezer bags that you can buy for $1.25. And I forgot how many are in the package. But I wanted to show y'all how I did this. Well, this is not cooperating to. I think it's sealed. Yeah. So, let me get this cleaned up so I don't get it all over the outside of the bags. I might have to put my hamburger steaks in 2 separate ones. But I'm pretty sure my hamburger patties will go in one. I think. They're just the right size to go down in there. But see, it's written on the paper, so it's not going to wear off. Like I said, I might have to put these in 2 separate bags. because they are a little bit bigger. In order to get them in there, I'll have to use two. Put two of the patties in one bag. And there you go. Get all the air out that I can. Yeah, I've got to get that vacuum sealer out and try it. I've never tried it before. But there, I see I got hamburger steak on this, so. And I just need to roll up some of the paper to get it in the bag. But you see what I'm saying now, when I want to take these out to cook them, if I just want one, I can open my bag and take one of them out, because that paper between them is going to keep them from sticking. Well, if I ever get them in there. There. Just a minute, little buddy. I'm not bringing you in when I've got stuff like this in my hands. Well, what happened to my... Oh, well, I can write it on the paper. I mean, on the outside. Hamburger steak. And I don't eat hamburger every week. I mean, sometimes I might eat a hamburger one day. See how this stuff comes off? There, I had my paper here and I didn't put it inside. Let's go ahead and turn it back over and I'll stick it in there. Hamburger steak. And like I said, you can do this with regular wax paper since you're putting it in a freezer bag. And it lays flat. See why I like the Clorox cleaner? It gets all the discoloration off of your counters. It sterilizes your counter. But there, I've got hamburger steak. I've got my beef patties for hamburgers. And I've got 2 pounds of hamburger or ground beef separate that I'm going to put in my freezer. And then I've got this to come out anytime I want. That's probably going to last me 2 months. That's enough burger right there probably to last me 2 months. Oh. And it's convenient. I'm going to put it up here in the ice tray, where the ice trays usually go for right now. I'll put this down on the bottom. And I already had a pound of hamburger in there. But, so there, if they go up on the price of ground beef, I've got basically 2 months supply of ground beef in my refrigerator right now. I do my turkeys that way. When I buy my turkey, and sometimes I'll buy a turkey whether I cook a big meal at home or not. I'll buy a big turkey. I try to get one that's under 12 pounds, or at least under 15 pounds when I buy a turkey, because I don't want to cook it more than 3 or 4 hours. You get a 25 or 30 pound turkey, you're going to be baking turkey all freaking day. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Now, if my kids come, that's fine. I'll have a turkey. I can go ahead and cook it for them. But usually the plans is I always go to my son's house. We have our Thanksgiving at his house. We have our Christmas at his house. He has more room than I've got. It's more convenient for him to go over there. But like I was saying, regardless of whether I cook a big Thanksgiving dinner here, I always buy a turkey if I can get it cheap. Say less than $13 for a turkey that's under 15 pounds. I will cook it. I'll make a ton of gravy, turkey gravy. And then I cut it all up. I store it in individual packages. I save the gravy. I freeze it. And then all winter long, I've got packages of turkey that I can take out. And all I have to do is fix either sweet potatoes with it, or I can fix baked potatoes. I can fix stovetop stuffing and use that with my gravy. I can use rice. I can use mashed potatoes. There's a lot of options, but I've already got my turkey and my gravy in the freezer. It's already cooked. All I got to do is thaw it out, put it in the microwave, and I got my meal. So spending a little extra time cooking one day to prepare a turkey, like I said, under 15 pounds. My turkey is, I think, about 12 pounds. I spent $11 for it. It's in the freezer now. And I don't know when I'll take it out and cook it. I'll wait till a really cold day, or I know it's going to be cold weather. And then I don't mind taking my turkey out, thawing it out, cooking it on that freezing cold day, because it'll help heat the house up. The heater will turn off and my oven will be heating my house. So that's what I do. So I wanted to get on here and just share that with you. And the ham is the same way. If I find a small ham or half a ham that looks good, like a picnic ham, a spiral ham that's sliced, if it's reasonable, if I can get one small enough, I'll buy it. I'll cook it Christmas. I divide it up in packages. I put it in the freezer, and then I've got ham as well as turkey to eat right on till maybe next Christmas or next Thanksgiving. I also save the bones to the ham. I will put that in a separate package, and I'll either make potato soup with the ham bone, or I'll make dried lima beans with my ham bone. It's really good. It seasons up those beans really good. Now my turkey, I'll cut that carcass in half or so, get it in a smaller package that I can deal with it. You know, just the carcass, because I've already cut off all the meat that I can get off. And then I'll cut up the turkey bones in half, or at least quartered. And I will save the bones. And I will make turkey soup. I'll make turkey and pasta. I'll make turkey and dumplings. I'll make turkey and rice. But I've already, and you're not going to believe how much turkey is still left on that carcass that most people throw away. But you can save it take out that quarter of turkey carcass, throw it in a big pot, boil it till it just falls apart. All that meat comes off the bone. You don't even have to pull it off. Then all you got to do is go in and fish out the bones. Get all the bones out of there, and then make your dumplings or your turkey and rice, your turkey soup, or whatever you want to do with it. And it's really good. I mean, if you ever start doing that, you'll never stop. I've done this for many years because I always had to watch what I spent on food, raising my kids on my own. It just seems like I was living from paycheck to paycheck. I never had enough money to buy stuff. But that's what I did to stretch my food, and my kids love the turkey and rice. They love the turkey and dumplings. They love the turkey soup. They love the turkey pasta. They love all that. It's really good. And like I said, I think if you will do it 1 year and see what it saves you in time and effort later down the road, you'll never stop doing it. I mean, I can buy one 11-pound turkey or 10-pound turkey, and I get so many meals off of that one turkey, it's ridiculous. It's just unreal. Just like buying the 5 pounds of ground beef at one time to get it for $3.39 a pound. You can't beat that. Not when it's $4 and $5, $6 a pound for ground beef. So let me let little buddy in, since I'm not going to be handling meat. Come on in, you poor starving cat. You got a little bit of food in your bowl. Go get it. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. I just thought if I could help other mothers out there, single mothers that are raising kids on your own, people that are living on Social Security like I am, that just don't have enough money to pay bills every month. A lot of people, even if they're on Social Security, they don't get food stamps. I don't get food stamps. So I have to pay for every bit of food I get, unless somebody, like some of my subscribers, have been sending me stuff, which has been a godsend. I've been stocking up on food, so I don't have to worry about paying for food in the months to come. There's very few things that I'm going to have to buy at the store. Just stuff, that I might run out of, like coffee, milk, sugar occasionally, flour when I run out of it. Just essentials like that. But as far as ground beef, turkey, chicken, all this other stuff, I'm going to have it in my freezer. When I go fishing, I'm going to save my fish fillets and I'm going to freeze them. My greens in the garden, I've already got several packages of cooked greens in this new freezer that I've got. So I can take those out anytime later after my greens quit producing in the garden. And I'll have greens in my freezer that's cooked already. So, yeah, if you're diligent on what you're doing, you don't mind spending an extra day to cook a turkey and divide it up, prepare it so you can eat it for months down the road. Your burger the same way. Everything I buy, I do that way. Like before, I was buying 10 pounds of chicken quarters at a time for like $5 and $6 a bag. I divided it up. I might put 2 chicken quarters in each bag and throw it in the freezer. And then if I wanted chicken for anything, I took out a bag of the 2 quarters. And that's 2 thighs and 2 chicken legs. That's plenty for me to cook a meal with. I can cook chicken and rice, chicken and dumplings, chicken soup, baked chicken, fried chicken, whatever, with those 2 chicken quarters. So, but I just wanted to give you that tip. Hope you take heed, because I know prices are going up. Things are getting tough for a lot of people. If you make plenty of money and you got it all coming in, more power to you. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know from 1 week if they're going to be able to buy food or not. And I was one of them until now. And I cut corners. I saved every scrap of food. I threw nothing away. I always found another use for it. And if I did throw food away, it went in my compost pile to feed my plants that I grow. So, you know, there's always going to be a use for what I take out of this house. So, but anyway, I don't want to keep harping on it. I showed you what I wanted to show you. I wanted to tell you about the turkey. And like I said, I found a turkey for like $11. And it was like 12, 13 pound turkey, which I felt fortunate to buy, because in every other store I went into today, just looking now, I was finding 25 and 30 pound turkeys for $30 and $40 for a turkey. And I'm not doing that. Some of the hams they had were $65 for a ham. I'm not doing that. If I catch them on sale during Christmas, I can get one for $10 or so, you know, under $10 or under $15, a nice good looking ham, even a half ham. If it's a nice ham, I might buy it. But I'm not spending any more than that on a ham, because even a half of a ham is going to feed a lot of people, and I can divide that up after it's cooked, put it in packages and store it, and it'll last a long time with me. I'm one person, so I can stretch food out a long ways. So I feel for these people that have big families. But you know, this will work for a big family as well. If you buy your stuff in quantity, like the 5-pound ground beef roll, $3.39 a pound. Hadn't you rather do that than to pay $5 or $6 a pound for it? I had. But anyway, with that, please like, share, subscribe to my videos. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.